What is your lack of design thinking costing you and your business? How do you know? Well, if your deals are stalling, if things are not moving forward inside your business, you're not achieving the results you're looking for, you're not advancing projects that you're working on, you may have a design problem. Now work with me. I'm going to show you how this works. And we're going to connect the dots between the conversation last week or the topic last week and the topic this week, bridging the gap from communication to design, and how application of design thinking can actually help you improve outcomes inside your business, both for internal customers and external customers. Last week, we talked about the call plan, the importance of the call plan. We wanted to understand who is going to be in the room. We wanted to anticipate what their objectives are. We want to know what our objectives are. And we want to know what our desired next steps are. And we want to have 3 desired next steps. We anticipate the objectives of others, we know the objectives of us, and we know who's going to be in the room and what we're moving toward for desired next steps. So how does this apply to design? Well, a lot of people, when thinking about a meeting or preparing for an event or preparing for an engagement with a customer, this could be a quarterly business review, it could be an internal team review, it could even be a kickoff meeting that you've got. What you'll do is you'll lay out an agenda. So let's take our agenda, now that we understand this, let's say our quarterly business review that is with us and with our customer. Their objective, they want to make sure that they're making the right investments. Are they actually investing in the right areas? They want to make sure their objective with our customer out there, let's say it's an external customer, they want to make sure their investment's working. They want to know what's changed in the operating environment, like what's improved inside their business, what's new, how are other customers using it. They want to know other data. On our side, what we want to do is we want to validate that we've met expectations. So we want to validate, we want to find out what's new, and we'd like to get a referral, either inside the organization or outside of the organization. And our desired next steps might be introductions to others. It might be let's just say that there's a renewal that's coming up, so renewal paperwork, and it might be a trial of a new product. All right, let's just say those are our 3 broad objectives. Well, how does our agenda work? Well, the first thing I want to do inside the agenda, and this agenda is going to be set up to design around this, first thing I want to know is them. Let's start with them. What's changed on their side? Let's get an update from the client's perspective. How have things changed? What's happening new? What's their view on what's working, what's not working, and where are they stuck relative to the platform or the service? The next thing I want to do is data. I want to share their data. What has changed based on the KPIs that we established? And ideally, you establish those up front. What has changed relative to the expectations that we've set relative to the program we're implementing? So them, their data. Us, what are we doing that's new? What's changed on our end? What are some of the new products and services that we're delivering out into the marketplace? And then the last piece are next steps. What do we agree upon for our next steps? Now the next steps connect directly to those next steps. The us stuff allows us to share and allows them to learn. The data stuff allows them to learn. The them stuff helps us understand what's happening there. And that's how we connect the dots between the call plan and the agenda. And you apply some design thinking, begin with the end in mind, based on our next steps. How do we actually lay that out and get there? And then we can put together an agenda that will actually work. We're going to go pretty deep on this topic as we go through the rest of the week. Let's bridge the gap between communication and design. And that's what we do on Saturdays. Go Devils.